Staying on the topic of rights, the American Civil Liberties Union sued the city of Philadelphia in federal court in June over the denial of a permit for a protest march down Broad Street on the opening day of the DNC. This suit comes 5 weeks after longtime activist Cheri Honkala, who heads the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, sought a permit to march from City Hall to the Wells Fargo Center. Reporter Shantae Taylor has the details for the March for Our Lives.
53-year-old Cheri Honkala, a former homeless mother, is dedicated to ending poverty and building leadership throughout the city of Philadelphia. She says that $43 million should not be given to police, fire protection, bomb squads, and traffic cones. According to NBC 10, the Department of Justice will award the city of $43 million for the National Democratic Convention. She believes the money should be used for education, jobs, and people that currently live in low-income housing. This is her reason for marching.
Okay, so July 25th, opening day of the Democratic National Convention. At 3 o'clock, we're meeting in front of City Hall, and we're marching south up Broad Street to the Democratic National Convention headquarters. People right now in Philadelphia can't get into housing. The state has taken away the certificate for Philadelphia for foster, the Department of Human Services, and people are still suffering because the teachers don't have a school contract, and the list goes on, and it's criminal to spend $43 million on police when we need those kind of resources for jobs and to end the poverty rate here in Philly. So that's why we're going to march.
Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign is an organization ran by current and former homeless individuals. They have been providing shelter and food for those that cannot do so. They have not been granted permission to walk during the National Convention, but they will be protesting with or without a permit in an effort to fight for low-income housing people. Honkala says they could not march because she is not a Democrat.
And I hear that your organization wasn't granted to march because you aren't a Democrat. So how do you feel about that?
I think Dr. King said it best. One of the most American things is the right to protest for rights. And so when we begin to engage in censorship, when we only let one person's idea or a few people's ideas out there, then I think that we no longer become a democracy. And I think that we have a responsibility to ensure that particularly people that are suffering in our city, because it is one of the largest, poorest cities in the country right now, that I think those voices are very important to hear from.
Honkala is hoping that young people will take the lead and do what it takes to save this country. She says their help will make it better for future generations.
I'm very hopeful because I think we can wake it up and we can begin to create the kind of society for several generations to come. And this is not like, I've been in this game for a long time. And this is not just, like, oh, let's make it better for the poor folks kind of thing. Literally, we're in danger of, the end of the world from war, from not having the planet because of the climate crisis, and with people with electronics and technology, we're beginning to see people that are permanently unemployed. These three things mean that it's really time for young people to step up and decide that they're not going to let the planet go away, that they're going to save it, and they're going to save their brothers and sisters and create a different kind of world. So It's a different time in history right now, and I have all the hope in the world that young people are going to do that.
For Philly Cam Voices, I'm Shantae Taylor.